Okay, so for those of you who were lucky enough to be able to manage to get your DribZ order in on time and you managed to get a brisket, I thought I would share with you how we cut our briskets. So this brisket was smoked for about 12 hours over, it was wine barrel oak, and it's now been rested in the butcher paper overnight. And the next step is to share it with all of you. So we unwrap this little gorgeous piece of smoky goodness.
Not so little.
And here we go. You can see, oh my God, look at that. It is insanely juicy. I mean, you can see there's a beautiful bark. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you, so there's two parts to a brisket. There's the flat, which is the leaner part, and then there's the point, which is the fatty part. Now this is what you want. Like when you've rested a brisket properly, when you touch it, it's just gonna jiggle like that. Can you see that? Just like jelly, just like meat jello. So what we want to do is kind of see, you'll see there's like an area here. This is the point, which is the fatty part, where it joins the flat, and we want to cut it like that. Just look at that, that's insane. In 1 second, I'm going to show you on the inside. Can you see that? Can you see how much? It's crazy. I'm not even pushing. And this is what you want to see on a smoked brisket. You want a beautiful smoke ring. There we got here. You want loads of juice coming out, that you know that you've got a nice juicy brisket, which you can see. I'm barely squeezing and there's just dripping. So then the next thing you want to do is figure out how to cut the brisket. So one of the things that makes me the most anxious when I send these briskets out is that most people don't know how to cut their brisket, and so if you cut the wrong way, it's not as tender and juicy as it's supposed to be. So we're dealing now with the flat, right? This is the lean part. And with the lean part, you want to cut against the grain. So you can see the grain is running this way. I'm cutting against the grain. And you want kind of thin slices. So this is like a perfect slice of lean. Okay, you want it that it can stand on its own weight, but if you pull it, you just pull it apart like that. That means that you have a perfectly smoked brisket. Now the fatty, this is more challenging. So when you have a piece of fatty, you typically, unless you've ordered a whole brisket, you're typically going to get half a piece of this. And I on purpose am going to cut it right down the middle. Okay, so you're normally, when you get a piece of fatty, you're going to get it like that. That's what it looks like. I mean, just, that's crazy. Okay, and it's important to remember, unlike the flat where you're cutting that way, the fatty, the grain of the meat is running that way. So I need you to please cut for me against the grain this way. And I'm going to show you, when you do, look at the difference. Look at that. That is an insane piece of brisket. B'te'avon, Shabbat Shalom, and thank you. Thank you so much for supporting us at DribZ.
Bye.